Hi, and welcome back to the Center for Horizons with Small Talk. Today we have an interesting topic here today. My co-host today is Miss
Mariah Hampton.
Hi, Miss Hampton. Today we have an interesting subject. We'll be talking about youth that have made a difference in America. Kevon Jackson, Richard Lamar, Moses Bridges, Simone Biles, Simone Manuel. These names might not sound familiar, but they have made a positive impact in our community and in the country as a whole. Usually when you speak about young people and their accomplishments and their focus, you normally think the 20s and 25-year range, but these interesting individuals today have made an impact under the age of 20. Today, we will highlight on our show some of these individuals that have made significant change. Again, we are Centers for New Horizon. Centers for New Horizon located 4150 South King Drive, Chicago, Illinois, 60653. Our website is www.cnh.org. You can also follow us on Instagram at Centers 2.0, hashtag Centers 2.0. Again, we are a live show. We ask you to call in with questions, comments, or concern. The phone number is on your screen, 312-738-1060. Again, that number is on your screen. It's 312-738-1060. Oftentimes, we talk about the youth, and a lot of times the youth have talent, and we kind of let the talent go unnoticed, or we don't say anything, or we don't encourage it. I strongly encourage parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, family members, or even just a regular neighbor down the street. If you see a youth that has a talent, it doesn't have to be the most significant. Encourage the youth, because sometimes encouragement is what the youth need in order to make it to the next level. What do you think about that, Miss Hampton?
I absolutely agree with you 100%. I think the first key is definitely confidence, and I think it will be more impactful for you to hear it coming from someone that's close to him, like the individuals that you mentioned, such as a parent, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, or even a mentor. So I think lack of encouragement is what a lot of youth are afraid to showcase their talent, whether it be singing, dancing, making the best lemonade. I think, just encouragement helps the youth flourish and really blossom and come out their shell.
Definitely. Our first individual that we're going to talk about, the young lady, her name is first lady we're going to talk, Mosiah Bridges from Memphis, Tennessee, was a contestant on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love that show.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show.
It gets very competitive.
And he had his grandmother showed him how to sew, and he took it to the next level. He began making bow ties.
Pretty cool.
And sometimes we think about investing in yourself, and when you have ideas that I might not have the money to make it to do the next step, but he went on Shark Tank and he received $55,000 to start his company up.
Nice. And how old is this young fella?
He's 9 years old.
Oh, wow. 9 years old.
Yeah, 9 years old. And
That's impressive.
I think since then he's made like $200,000 in profit a year. And it's just his bow ties have become like a sensation. I believe like some celebrities have been wearing them like on the red carpet at like the award shows and stuff like that. So that just goes to show you that something so small as a trade that your grandmother or grandfather might teach you can take you to the next level and become profitable. I know a buddy of mine, he makes buttons. They're like, has sayings on them. And he sells them in the mall, and he's making pretty good with it. He's a young guy. So I encourage, if you have a trade or something someone's passed down from you, to keep on going with that. The next person I'm going to talk about is Kevon Jackson from Chicago. He received the Governor's Volunteer Service Award Kavan volunteered over 200 hours in various organizations in the Chicagoland area. He partnered with Blessed Inn and Backpack to provide food for the weekends for the homeless. And I believe that's a good thing because normally when you are trying to help someone, and
It's
you
always monetary value.
yeah, it's always monetary value, and then when people see you,
Donating something so priceless, it makes it more
and it
all
makes them,
special.
and definitely that also makes them want to donate as well. I remember I was in high school, we were doing bag lunches for the homeless down on Wacker Drive, and then as the weeks went on, we would do it on Saturdays. People would help us because they saw us trying to do something good. And when people see you not necessarily struggling, when they see you doing something for a good cause, they will help.
It's even more impactful when you are doing it out of your own initiative and not having a teacher like this is what we're gonna do. So I think that's pretty cool to go beyond yourself and do a kind deed for someone who may be less fortunate.
Definitely. I always encourage kids. I'm a case manager inside of Phillips High School, and I always encourage the youth to, if you have something that you're good at, seek help with it to try to, make yourself better. If you're a basketball player, try to seek a professional, someone that's at the college level. If you're a dancer, maybe try to reach out, the Alvin Ailey dancers or the dancers at the Park District, because there's always someone that can help you. You have to kind of find where you're connected to. A lot of these people here today, it's not that they were had the best or the most exposure. It's just they did what they did well, and someone saw them.
Absolutely.
And when, like I said before, when someone sees you trying to do good, people will help you.
Definitely.
Again, we are a live show. You can call in, Centers for New Horizon, 312-738-1060. Again, the number is on your screen. We are Centers for New Horizon. The next person we want to talk about is Simone Biles and Simone Manuel, both Simones. As you all know, they both won multiple Olympic medals. They took gold. That's a good thing for the United States. But most importantly, they stuck together. That's what I kind of like. It's like during that time, everyone when they were winning their awards, they had like a bond. They had like a sistership. If that's a word. Simone Biles, like I said, she's Olympic winner, 5 medals overall. She won 19 overall. She did it in gymnastics. She's described as an artist. She's been doing it since the age of 6, and now she's getting ready to graduate from UCLA.
Oh, nice. That's pretty big.
It's pretty prestigious school in itself. And I believe they're on the cover of Wheaties. They're doing commercials. They're doing interviews with ABC, NBC. But they're humble. They're humble ladies, and they kept their composure through all the scrutiny and not necessarily getting the recognition they should get, but they definitely became one on that stage. I believe I never won Olympic gold medals, but I believe that if you win Olympic gold medal, that you are somebody. The same for Simone Manuel, who's an Olympic swimmer, the first African American to win in swimming. Her specialty is sprint freestyle. At 2000 Olympics in Rio, she won 2 gold medals and 2 silver medals. And she's currently a student at Stanford, which is another prestigious school. These 2 individuals stick out to me most importantly because they don't mind giving back to their community. I believe both Simones are doing classes in their off time for the younger swimmers to kind of keep things going, which is positive and is good. A lot of times we fail to give back once we've made it, and I believe that if we kind of stick together in our community,
to the formula. Definitely not forget those who you come to obtain in your personal inspirational circle. I think a lot of people lose sight of that.
Definitely. I always told myself, I said, if I make it big, I'm going to take everyone with me. Maybe not be too realistic, but it's good to help people along the way.
Right.
Again, we are a live show. Centers for New Horizon. You can call in. The number is on your screen, 312-738-1060. Again, that's 312-738-1060. So, Ms. Hampton, what do you believe is like the formula to becoming independent, or when you have goals and you want to reach them? What do you think is the number one thing that you have to do?
Before anything, you have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe it, how is it that you're going to persuade someone to believe in you? I think the next step is prayer and confidence. And I think when you have those three items, everything else will follow.
Okay, we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, I was wanting to know, do you have some advice to get young people motivated and get them going and up and started and running in entrepreneurship? And what is just some introductory steps to get started with building your brand, starting your own business, so we can pass that down to youth in our community? What are some tips that we could give them to start things up like that?
Excellent question. I would say find out what the youth is into, meaning find out what it is that he or she may be good at. And once you have uncovered that, encourage them, but find out first if that's something that they want to do. Because I think a lot of times, a lot of youth are kind of like feel forced into doing something they're really not passionate about. So if you come across youth who is passionate about something, definitely encourage them. Definitely be that visible voice that they need, that push. Definitely like connect them, and definitely like encourage them to go beyond themselves and feel comfortable, and not only comfortable but confident to come out of their shell. And I think once that they have that and they genuinely feel it, that the sky's the limit.
Yeah, kind of to piggyback off that, I always encourage people to, if you're into, let's say you're into dancing or something, find out someone that does the similar things you do, and seek advice. A lot of times we don't know, or we don't research what we're doing, but we do it well. So I believe if we look more into what we are doing and reach out to people that can help us, I think that also helps as well. I think writing down goals, writing down the smaller goals, and then ultimately trying to reach the bigger goals. But start with the smaller goals and take steps and work your way up
To build that up.
to build out what you want to be. Also, I believe that exposure is good. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to broaden your horizon. Maybe go out, outside of the neighborhood, or outside of the community, and see what other people are doing. Because a lot of times we're doing the same things, but it may be a different way, a different manner, or a different order. So I believe that if I contact someone that lives, the suburb right out of Chicago, maybe we can team up and we can learn things from each other.
Definitely.
And definitely become one.
Yeah.
But also, we would talk another person we would want to talk about is Richard Lamar Hawks, also known as Silent Talk. I think I'm saying that right. He's a 19-year-old rapper from Atlanta, Georgia, and he made it by doing a YouTube clip of the Whippin' Nene, which was a song that was pretty popular over the summer. He grossed 2.5 million views, I think, in a week.
Oh wow, is that possible?
I don't know.
I
guess
that's a
I guess
short turnaround.
Yes. So he made it big, and he started off in the lunchroom.
Oh wow.
Banging on the table, making raps, and then
it just took a breath.
It took off.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times now, going viral is the thing. You get your 15 minutes of fame going viral. So maybe you might not be a rapper. Maybe you're a singer. Maybe you can do your favorite rendition of Whitney Houston or Beyonce, and you can get your 15 minutes of fame that way. This young man, he got, of course, signed to a record label, and he's been nominated for Soul Train Awards and Kids Choice Awards, Billboard Awards, and he's just doing amazing. And it all started in the school,
Right.
which is a good place for him to be. I believe even with that sometimes, some people may think, oh, he's rapping, oh, he's going to be another statistic, but you can take something that's rapping and turn it into something positive.
Yes, definitely.
I encourage the youth all the time that whatever you're good at,
Hone in on that and definitely sharpen and just keep your purpose of what you're doing at the forefront, because I think a lot of times youth get so caught up of what other people may think. Like, something as silly like playing the violin or the piano. I know one of my favorite rappers, J. Cole, he used to play the violin, and yeah, and he said it a few times in interviews. He didn't think that was the coolest way to get girls because he was this guy playing the violin.
Okay.
But because he believed in himself, and that's a talent that most people pay millions to try to perfect. So I say that to say, whatever it is that you do well, whether it's juggling, playing the flute, like definitely like own that, make it yours, be the best, piano player ever, so the sky's the limit.
Definitely, the sky is the limit. I believe that we have to kind of find out what we have inside, and when we find out what we have inside, try to better it. You might be a good poet, you might be a good singer, dancer, you might be a comedian.
Right.
So I definitely believe that you have to find what you're doing and try to do it, to the best of your ability. Another individual we want to talk about today is Michaela Umer. She was stung by a bee.
Oh, wow.
And her mother gave her assignment to research about bees. And so her mother wanted her to lose the fear of bees. So Michaela, she found out that her grandmother had a recipe for tea. Actually, it was lemonade tea. And she started making the tea, the lemonade. And now that recipe that was handed down from 2 generations is now reaching her, has earned her $11 million contract from Whole Foods. Now, I love Whole Foods.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Very,
and
big deal.
And her grandmother's recipe is in 55 stores across the United States, from Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Chicago, Louisiana. And then she's donating part of her proceeds to the Bee Rescue Foundation, because I know some bees are becoming extinct more times over. So she's defying odds, and she's only 11 years old.
That's a big deal.
When you're 11 years old, you're not thinking about making millions, but she's created a path for herself
and for others and within her family, should she ever go that route.
Yeah, she's creating jobs. She's doing, I don't know, 11-year-old.
Promoting black entrepreneurship is what she's doing.
Yes.
More than anything, I think is bigger than lemonade. You're promoting black ownership within the communities on all different age levels and different races and stuff like that. So I think that's phenomenal for her age. And, I think the most cool thing that I love about her is that she didn't forget where she came from in terms of always giving back. Because I think we don't realize how good we got it until it's gone. It could be something so simple, as having a family recipe or having people who truly root for us. A lot of people don't have that. And, for those who do have it, we don't think of it as a big thing. But for those who don't, they think that's a luxury that's very hard to come by. So I think that's really, really good of her to donate and to give back.
I believe like she's setting like a standard, because I believe if other 11-year-olds or 12-year-olds see what she's doing,
that's motivation.
It's motivation. And if anything, she's helping the community, she's helping the city, she's helping the states as a whole. I like to see more of that. Let's see if someone can make a chocolate chip cookie. Maybe an 11-year-old their grandmother has a recipe for that. Maybe they can make something like that. It's so positive. A lot of times these stories, they're kind of overheard.
And overlooked.
Yes, definitely. Oh, we have another caller. Go ahead, caller. We're listening. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, does New Horizons have any entrepreneur or business programs?
Why yes, we had last year we had a Youth Imagine. It's a direct programming that teaches adolescents through 6 through 12 the business modules as far as to start their business, what they need. They help the youth construct a business plan and follow up with that business plan. They bring in different business owners from retail to music to grocery stores to come in and share their experiences of where they were when it comes to starting a business, how to write business proposals. Like, is really phenomenal of what Youth Imagine does, and it's something that we're going to bring back.
Definitely. Miss Hampton, I think you did a LRNG event this week. How did that go?
Well, the LRNG Pro survey is a financial playlist. It shows youth how to get in the mindset of saving,
Okay.
creating budgets, creating long term and short term goals of, having the youth figure out what it is and why they're saving. Because I think there's a difference between saving and saving for something.
Okay.
So I think the playlist did a phenomenal job as to get the youth thinking about, like, what is it that you're saving for? Why are you saving for this? Such as, college, a down payment on a vacation. So I think all of those things help youth get motivated to start these businesses and starting these clothing lines and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I definitely think when I was going, I wish I had that. I was getting like $10 a week, but I was blowing it at the candy store. So I think
Yeah.
teaching the youth at a earlier. What was the age bracket that was present?
Yes, the Youth Imagine program, it started from like 6 to 14. So
Okay.
they start them off really young to really think about, like, hey, do I really want to spend the rest of my life working for someone? And there's nothing wrong with that. I believe you definitely have to start somewhere,
Mhm.
because when you start from the bottom, you're on that path. You're
Correct.
able to enjoy where you've been to where you're gonna be.
Definitely.
So yeah.
I wish that more could save. I think at the age of 10, you should have a bank account.
Yes, I know. I definitely had one. My parents, gave me. That was like one of my first Christmas gifts was
Really?
a piggy bank, and I would just like throw, my change that the Tooth Fairy and my aunts and uncles would give me for making good grades, and I would just put it in my piggy bank. And I would go to like my favorite little doll store and buy little stuff like that from the money that I saved.
That's good. My $10 didn't go that far. It went to the corner store.
And that's okay. I mean, you gotta go through different trials and tribulations. No one, it's hard. It's definitely hard.
As we close today, we ask that the youth look into certain programs like After School Matters. The Urban League has a few programs that might be in your local church area, community organizations. I know the police have a program. The fire department have a program as well. Like the Explore program and stuff like that. We encourage you to look into those programs, find leadership, find mentorship.
Definitely look into the Big Brother, Big Sister program.
Big Brother, Big Sister program. We ask you to look into programs like that because programs like that are stepping stones, and programs like that can help you with your talents and gifts. You might not get the extra push you need at home, but there are definitely people out here that want to help you and assist you and give you advice towards what you want to do and what you want to reach. Again, we are Sinners for New Horizon, located at 4150 South King Drive. And we ask you and encourage you to call us at 773-373-5700 for any information, questions, comments, or concern. Thank you, and good night.